Collective, welcome to the channel. I hope you're doing well. It is May 5th and the time is about 4:24 p.m. Thanks for being here, everybody. I'm gonna light this sage. Alrighty then, we'll get some of this going too, this Palo Santo. Out with the old, in with the new. Whoopsie. Put this over here so we can get that going on there for you. Invite in the good helpers. All right, let's tap in and see what storyline Spirit would like to share with us this afternoon. Collective energy, please, Spirit. Collective energy. What storyline would you like to share with the collective, please? Collective energy. Oh, where? The Empress has a victory. What else we got going on, Spirit? Please and thank you. In the central energy, the Chariot, a victory, and a forward momentum, forward movement, a journey. You might be going somewhere. You've overcome this trials regarding, what does this say? You've overcome trials and regained control. Strength and willpower are vital to ensuring victory. Maintain focus in this next phase. Well, you know, you can't just go on and forget about it, because it seems like there's always going to be somebody out there wanting to knock you off your pedestal or whatever. In the challenge position, yeah, I'm moving forward. You got the victory, you're in your chariot, and now you need to move forward. In the subconscious, High Priestess. The High Priestess. It's the Gnosis. That's what this person that I know is the curator, who feels that the energy and the knowledge within the divine feminine and the sons belong to him. He feels as though he is the owner of that, and he doesn't want to let it go. They want to drop their load of sin into some hole and punish the feminine again. In the recent past, we got the Fool. So a new beginning, a new opportunity. There's a whole lot of people out there upset about this. Intentions and expectations. Well, it came out and it landed in the reverse. Strength in the reverse. Somebody is struggling with their pride. They're in raw emotion because you have a new opportunity. You were their strength, High Priestess. You were their strength. And since you got this new opportunity here, you're moving forward in your chariot. Now they don't have any strength. They got it from you. They harvested it from you. Now they're in raw emotion. They're pretty upset about everything. In the near future, we've got the Hanged Man, a sacrifice. They may want to do one, or you are releasing them. We'll get more clarification. You're letting them go. The lens that's being looked through. Opportunities or illusions. Somebody's wishful thinking. In the environment, you beat them fair and square. And now what? Now they want to come in and into the 3D and do a thing because they can't beat you anywhere else. In the environment. And it's not just you, High Priestess. You're connected to the divine. You're connected to Source, Creator, God, the all that is. The sacred. Lovers. It's the strength of two together. So you may be in either a spiritual or otherwise union, working together, power couples. In the hopes and fears section, well, we got a star, so there's rejuvenation, revitalization, shining brightly, renewal. And in the outcome, oh, the Magician is in the reverse. Somebody wasn't able to manifest something. A narcissist. They have a lack of confidence, and they were not able to manifest something. They may be here trying to manipulate. They're feeling insecure. They didn't plan well. On the bottom of the deck, we've got the Hermit here. Shining a light. Shining a light on your hard work, on your investment. What did you do through all of this? What, your effort. What kind of work did you do? So, and there's a 10 of Pentacles here. So you're coming into your inheritance. It's like the divine that's connected to this High Priestess is shining a light on your investment, on all of your hard work, and you're getting a 10 of Pentacles. And whoever's got these negative thoughts, there's imprisonment here. So the Most High, or there could be the Most High is restricting these people. There is a restriction when it comes to your Ace of Cups and your 10 of Cups. So you got the Most High here that's connected to the High Priestess. He's restricting people from coming in to affect your Love Cup and your 10 of Cups. He's like, thou shalt not pass. Nope, you're not messing with this High Priestess's love or her divine happiness. You're just not going to do it. Nope. You've been working diligently with high standards here, and you've got this frugal. You live a frugal life. I mean, people would think you're the High Priestess, right? You should have a mansion and all this glory and stuff. But you live a frugal, simple life. You save your money. You work with high standards. You're very diligent in what you do. You're not out here for flash. You don't want to impress people. You just want to be may be recognized as who and what you are. You're not out here to gain any awards or nothing. You simply are what you are. You're a high priestess star. And there's some new contracts regarding the love for divine feminine. Excitement and freedom here. Excitement and freedom. Limitless potential. You're defending your beliefs. You're driven to succeed. And you are celebrating with your friends. While those who are bringing you strife and trying to beat you up and hurt you and dump all their sin onto you, they're having a Tower and a Five of Pentacles. They're losing everything. They're really upset. They want to come in and do you a thing. But the divine is connected to you, and everything that they intend will be returned to them. Their intentions will be their gift. That was promised. They'll get what they deserve, and what they deserve is the fruits of their labor. What they deserve is the fruits of their labor, as well as you deserve the fruits of your labor. So the Chariot's here. You've got control. You're about ready to depart, High Priestess. You're getting it out of Dodge. Oh, and somebody here is confused and in regret because you're leaving. You've got control. They couldn't control you. Look at this. These are feminines on both of these cards. And they were coming after you, High Priestess, and now they're in regret because you're in your Chariot and you're leaving. They wish it had never happened. Moving forward. Moving forward. They're challenged because you're moving forward. You're out of here. Look, they want forgiveness. They're challenged because they want forgiveness. High Priestess is here in the subconscious, responsible for families or in a responsible connection and will have a family. All of her financial and emotional needs will be taken care of. She's very responsible regarding this family, and she's moving on into a new beginning because she's innocent. No matter what these ones did to her, she's innocent of all the trickery. She loves herself. She loves herself to health. You know, self-love is not selfish. Sometimes when the world is trying to bury you, it's the only thing that will raise you. You know? Look, and there's no disagreement here. Everybody is in agreement with this. You're innocent and you're moving on. You got this new beginning. So these ones that are confused and in regret, they're in their raw emotion. They're feeling weak. They're struggling. They're prideful. They have no courage. They didn't appreciate you. The truth has been revealed. They did not appreciate the beauty that you were offering. They wanted to take it from you and then stand in as you. That's the truth. And now they're struggling because they're being released here with a sacrifice. They're getting let go. There's a surrender. Guilty. The I Am is here. So we've got the Seven of Cups. You could have a lot of opportunities. Yeah, you've got a lot of opportunities. You might be thinking about what it is you want to do, all of the things you can do together. It could be that they were trying to cast illusions. They're guilty of trying to cast illusions regarding your purpose, but you are reunited. You've got a lot of opportunities coming up here. The Lovers in the environment. A deep love. Strength of two together. Conversation. I want to call you and hear your voice. So somebody wants to talk to you. Star. There is a healing, a revitalization. You're shining brightly here. and unfinished business. Still have things to resolve and discuss. That's why you can't lose your focus. Oopsie. Oh, man. Got ash everywhere. And then in the outgoing energy, we have manipulative narcissist who's lacking confidence now. The magic didn't work. Soul tie. They're feeling insecure about your soul tie, about the fact that you're connected to somebody, or maybe they were trying to manipulate your soul tie. They're feeling very insecure. They did not plan well. And they've been found unworthy because they could not separate you from your love. It's always there despite the distance. They want to talk to you. They told lies, they kept secrets, and they want to escape now because, what? Man, you didn't give up hope on each other. This third party who neglected you is feeling your absence and they're being held back. It's an enemy. Daydreaming of fixing this connection. But you understand their side of the story. They're here in the shadows. They're not a shining star. They'll stick you with a shiv. What is that they use in the prisons? A shiv or whatever? Yeah, they'll stick you as soon as they get an opportunity. There's gossip going on about your commitment. And this reflection wants to run. They're trying to run. They're getting reciprocity. Whatever it is that they did to you is coming back on them. And they're feeling broken and shattered. It's an unexpected outcome. And they're feeling the damage that they have caused, chasing after your union. The way you love can't be replaced. You love yourself. You're full of love. And so wherever you go, whatever you do, the ones that wanted to trap you, they're calling you, they say you have the Midas touch. Everything you touch turns to gold. You heal everything as this high priestess star. You're just filled with all of this love, and nobody can match it. And those who were coming after your money, they're feeling overwhelmed. They made mistakes. They wanted the money, man. And it's too late for them to take any action. They sabotage themselves and they miss their opportunity and they don't know what to do. Because they can't take part in your destiny. They cannot move into this. It's a new chapter. It could be that they're going to be in solitary confinement for this new chapter. Take it as it resonates. You've got a soul. They're being detached from soul contracts. They're not allowed to attach to anybody's soul because they were unsatisfied with the way things going and they were lying on everybody, and they have a habitual pattern of effing their way to the top, thinking it's real fun and funny to screw over this high priestess. They're in regret. They're confused. They were told it was going to work. They believed this narcissist magician here. They could have a soul tie with this person. So you're in your chariot, you've got control, and you're going on a journey. You've got a victory here. So these women, or whoever they are, they're take it as it resonates, okay? Flop the genders if you need to. They're confused, they're in regret, they wish it had never happened. They gotta face it. The truth. They gotta face the truth. They're challenged because you're moving forward and they want forgiveness. Or maybe they're challenged because there's forgiveness for you. You've been forgiven. All of this show that they put on was a freaking lie, and it's seen. Reaching out. They're challenged. They want to reach out and connect to you, but love is eluding them. You don't have anything to do with them. This high priestess is responsible. She loves family and the children. And they tried to vilify her and make her seem as though she was them. They were as bad as they could be, and they were hoping they could cover this high priestess in their sin and have her seen as such. and they got caught up in a whirlwind. They didn't see this coming. So there's a brand new beginning. She's been found innocent. She's got forgiveness. And everybody's in agreement with that. Nobody's disagreeing. It's unanimous. It's unanimous. Somebody was playing games with love. And so they are here in strength reversed because they did not appreciate the beauty that this high priestess brought to the world, to families. The truth is revealed. They did not appreciate it at all. And now they're in a crazy drama. They're stuck in a rabbit hole of the one that they tried to bury this high priestess in. There's a sacrifice or a release of this energy here. They've been found guilty. They're feeling the pain from the damage they've caused. And they're in the dark. They're in the dark. Seven of Cups. There's a lot of opportunities for this reunion now. You might be daydreaming about it. You might be looking forward to it. Maybe this dark side was daydreaming about having this reunion, but they neglected everything that was important and they can't free themselves from this web. They wanted your reunion, but yeah, they didn't pay attention to what was important and they can't free themselves from this web. They were daydreaming about having your reunion. But the Lovers are here, the strength of two together. Somebody wants to call and hear your voice. Adrift. It's time to commit and put down roots. The Star is here with unfinished business and rejuvenation. They're in their purpose. Things to resolve and discuss regarding, you know, the one-hit wonder. Just another notch in the headboard. Actions speak louder than words. The Magician is a narcissist, manipulator who is lacking confidence. Their magic didn't work. They weren't able to manifest a soul tie. Their cup is empty. Yeah, they weren't able to manifest a soul tie. Even though they always feel connected to you. Look, many flames. They did this to many flames. They used love as an emotional escape. There's a lot of stuff going on. They broke all the promises that they made to many flames, many stars, many suns. Leaving, you were always here picking up the pieces and you're tired. You're tired and you deserve a break from this. You know, they're guilty of lying, cheating, stealing, leaving you alone. They're going to have to be alone now. That's their destiny. They were not telling the truth. They had a whole bunch of secrets and they're going far, far away from you. Or you're going far, far away. Everything they built on the energy of these light-bearing people is crumbling. They want forgiveness because they're struggling. I didn't mean to hurt you. Well, bullshit. You certainly did. You thought you were going to get rich off of it. Now their needs aren't being met because you're being fierce. You're protecting yourself and this is ending. You're like, you know what? We're done. We're done here, bro, ho, whatever. And they're feeling crushed and full of anxiety because they don't know what you're gonna do. They got burned by this snake. They lied. They got the divine feminine mother said that they were being led down a path of incoherence. They got burned by the snake, man. And now they're going under. They're going under for a long, long road of ruin. Because all of that needs to fall away to make room for the love that you deserve. It's been a very hard path for you. But you're a diamond. These people were childish and they were mean. And now they're grieving because they lost. And you're leaving. You have an exit plan. You're out of here. You know, but they're wanting to come in and do a thing in the 3D because they want to stop you. They want to trap you somehow. They want to get a hold of this star's energy. You know, this curator thinks he owns it. He's a weird whatever ancient soul or whatever entity is inside that person. I don't know, man. It's not human. It's been portraying itself as somebody who can extend the life of others, and it does. It steals the life of stars and suns and then shares it with other people, and they're devoted to him. He thinks he owns your life, your energy, your God-given vital force, seated by the Most High with this beautiful garden internally. Pride. So you're in your chariot, you're out of here, or maybe they're going to make a journey. They might be, no, this is a high priestess. High priestess is making a journey. They're confused and in regret. They wish it had never happened. They got to face it. Something isn't right. And they're prideful. Their ego is here. You are moving forward with this Three of Wands. You're out of here. You might be moving overseas. They're challenged by that. The fact that you have received forgiveness, because it is seen that it was all their facade and they fell into a trap. They're reaching out trying to connect to you, but they fell into a trap. They were tricked. The High Priestess is responsible regarding family. She loves families. Financial and emotional needs are met. And they got caught up in some whirlwind and they couldn't see what was really going on. A vow. The High Priestess has a vow with Spirit, with the Holy Creator, and with her spiritual spouse. They didn't see what was going on. They could not see this vow that would never leave her here in this mess. So there's a new beginning. She's innocent. She's an incorruptible soul. I mean, they can really make her suffer a lot, but they can't corrupt her. She's in divine union. So there's a new beginning here. Everybody agrees that these people were playing games with love and they weren't being honest. Live and learn. Live and learn. They have no strength. Their strength is in reverse. They're struggling with their pride. They're in raw emotion. They have no energy. They can't siphon off of you anymore. There's a lot of folks out there that are addicted to your energy. They didn't appreciate the beauty that you offered them, offered the world, and that's the truth. It's been revealed. They're stuck in this crazy drama. Look, mask wearer. They're stuck in this crazy drama. They have no peace now. They totally got fooled, man. And there's a sacrifice here. They're being released. They're guilty. They're feeling the pain from the damage they've caused, and they're going to the dark side. They're going to the dark side. That was their investment for trying to steal your real estate, your home, your life, your union, your house, your property, your mega project. They were trying to cast illusions or wishful thinking about your reunion, but they neglected. They did not pay attention to what was important. They're unable to free themselves from a tangled web, and you have earned merit. You're a good, moral human here. This is your real estate. They were trying to take your real estate. They were trying to steal it, and your marriage, your real estate, your business, your land. The lovers are here, the strength of two together. Somebody wants to call and hear your voice. And then we've got a drift. So we got a weed seed that was not willing to settle down or be responsible. They were tempted here by your union. They wanted it. They wanted to be your stand-in. They wanted to replace you. They still do. They're still having hope. The star is here, rejuvenated, revitalized. There's unfinished business regarding just another notch in the headboard, folks. Actions speak louder than words. Whoever the High Priestess star is shining a light on whoever these people are, and you're reaching your goals. You're in your purpose. The magician, his magic or her magic did not work. They're a manipulative narcissist. They are lacking confidence now and feeling insecure. They did not plan well. They thought they were going to be able to get this soul tie, but they were not able to manifest it. Their cup is empty. And you're going on an adventure. You're the top of that hill there. You're a high value person. They could not manifest it. Their cup is empty. You have gained. You have triumphed here. Yeah, so they were trying to manipulate you and gain your adventure, but you got it because you triumphed. And this is the conclusion on this gain card. It also says conclusion. And they're sick about it. They're absolutely sick about it. Why? Because you're a blessing. Your blessing is that you love yourself, and everywhere you go, flowers bloom. Everything you touch is revitalized. Love is everywhere that you go. And they were strategizing, mind reading, trying to bind you to commitments, and now they want to compromise. They're stuck. Everything that they did, they're frightened. They got some mental stuff going on, and they're afraid, just like you were. And you're okay. You're stable, and you're receiving the promise of this family, the family that you have been praying for probably your whole life. You're going to get it. They could not take it from you. Your alliances are giving them a natural disaster. They might be fighting with each other or fighting with your alliances. They're kicking their butt. Because there was a coach that was teaching people how to curse you, and now they're being cast out. They're being cast out and confined, and they're going to be mentally disturbed, and there's death. It's over. All this, why? Because they were doing magic on your marriage. And now they're at risk and having accidents, freak accidents most likely, for attempting to rob you. They're stubborn and in a nightmare. They can't shut off the sound. They've got frequency going through their mind all the time. They could be seeing things, and that's their fate. That's their fate. The fate that they wanted to stick you in, and they're furious because they're alone and they're sick. They have to do this all by themselves, and they're overloaded. Well, you know what? You remember what they did to you, and you have a reunion here with somebody who actually cares about you. You're going to have a family. In this new chapter, you're going to have a family. You're ready. You're ready for it. And unity. And the bully who was there was a bully trying to dominate your eternal love, and they're just, they might be getting dominated. This bully might be getting dominated because they were trying to destroy eternal love. But you've got it here. Your dream. You've got your vital force, and you've got this dream here coming together, and these ones have been stopped. You're just relaxed here, while there's a big old investigation going on. These people are protesting because they're losing everything that they loved, and it's time. You persevered, and it's time, to go on and do your thing. They're blind, and they cannot spy on you anymore. You're receiving your reward and your sweet dreams. And you're calm. You got inner peace, and the Most High lifted you right out of this. He said, hello, daughter. Come on home now. And you got a miracle here. A miracle. You wanted a miracle. You dreamed of a miracle. You've got it. Justice is being reserved. And people are going through withdrawals here. They're being rejected. They want to apologize. They don't know what to do. Now they have these people sitting on their shoulders talking in each ear. They don't know what to do. And it's time for you to go have some fun with your friends. You're a sweetheart. Yep. You are the gift. And this third wheel enemy is being separated from you. You're entering into a new job. You've got this big old halo and great ideas. You're in your purpose. They were trying to delay your purpose. They wanted to stand in as you, but they're not equipped. These people, don't have the qualities of this person that they were trying to stand in for. They're a complete mess. And they thought that they could just, you know, after going and wearing masks and being a little hoe bag, they thought that they could just, you know, paint you up. The more disgusting they were, they thought the better their chances, right? Because they could magically cover you in this slime, but it didn't work. And now they're stuck with it. They're stuck with it. Why? Because the high priestess is innocent. The pleasure seekers wanted her house. They're not getting it. This high priestess is in her chariot. She's moving on down the road. Moving on down the road. These feminines that wanted to replace her are confused. They're in regret. They got to face the truth. They're just prideful, egotistical. Why? They messed with this high priestess star, who is somebody's devoted wife. Responsible, devoted wife. Her husband is not pleased, obviously. So she's moving forward, and this person, whoever this is, or maybe multiple, there's two here. One's confused and one is in regret. There could be two. They're challenged because you're moving forward. You got in the whole enterprise. This is like everybody's in agreement with this. You've got forgiveness, high priestess. You're innocent, and they're trying to reach out and connect to you, but love is eluding them. They fell into a trap. They were tricked by the snake. Merchant. They're challenged. There's a new commissary, I think. The old commissary might have had a freak accident. That's what I heard the curator talking about. There was a freak accident. So the high priestess is responsible regarding family, regarding union and children and the family life. They got caught up in a whirlwind. They didn't see what was really going on. There's a vow here between this high priestess star and her soul tie, her person. And, you know, they just wanted the money. They got caught up in it. They wanted the money. They didn't take union or, you know, this divine and sacred wisdom seriously. They were just out there effing around. And now the high priestess has a new beginning. She's seen as innocent. Everybody is in agreement. These ones were playing games with love. And now they got to live and learn. They got to live and learn. Widower. They're losing people. They're losing people. They might have lost their husband or whatever. Yeah, there's a reunion here. So, there's a reunion here, and these people are losing their spouse. They were playing games with the love of these two people who were coming together. And now they're losing their own spouse or partner or whatever. They're in the strength card reversed. They have no strength. They have no courage. They did not appreciate the beauty that this high priestess, this responsible high priestess, brought to the realm. And that's the truth. This mask wearer got caught in a crazy rabbit hole, this deceiver, and everybody's talking about it. There's a sacrifice with the hanged man. They're being released. They're guilty, feeling pain from the damage that they have caused with the dark side, this bind with the dark side. Trying to get your real estate. And they're in sorrow. They might have real estate in the... they're in sorrow over your real estate. They were messing around in the dark trying to get your real estate, and now they're in sorrow because they didn't get it. Oh, there's a wedding here. Because you're actually reunited and wed. Seven of Cups. They were dreaming about you having your reunion, or maybe you just have the opportunities, lots of opportunities and choices now that you are together again. These ones are unable to free themselves from a sticky situation. They weren't paying attention to what was important. The fact is that you are a good moral human and you have earned a lot of merit overcoming this challenge, surviving it. The lovers are here in the environment, the strength of two together, a deep love. They want to talk. They want to call and hear your voice. It's time to commit and put down roots. This is a weed seed, and they didn't want to settle down. They took a bribe or a temptation. Somebody paid them to go do this, and this is a surprise. Those who were tempted and took a bribe, they're surprised. The star is here, revitalize, unfinished business for these ones who were sleeping their way to the top, trying to meet your goal. This is their death, trying to steal your destination. They're surprised. They're surprised. We got service in the reverse. They're being cut off from your services. You're no longer helping them. You're no longer giving them this beauty that they did not appreciate. They no longer have to have it. And the divine said that you'll never give it back. You will never give it back. They will never take your beauty from you again. You will never have to serve these people again. Never. This magician is in the reverse. Narcissist trying to manipulate soul ties. Their cup is empty. Why? Because you're the king or queen of that high mountain, and you're going on an adventure. You're high value. You've gained. This is the conclusion of this. You have triumphed. You have triumphed. You might be thinking about something, or somebody's unable to get out of their thoughts about it. A thief can't get out of their head about it. They're sick over it. They're sick. Why? Because you and your lover are faithful with your love. You're not a third-party trashy hoe bag. You're not out there being unfaithful, falling into lust. That's not your gig, man. You operate out of the 5 upper chakras, and when you feel like it, you invite the 2 lower ones to join in the party. You're not operating simply out of the root and the sacral. You're all about the upper 5, and sometimes you invite the lower 2 to join in the fun, and that's what you do, and you're faithful with it. It's a closed circuit. You don't fool around and pollute the energy in a bad way, because if you want to be strong, you have to be faithful love. That's where the power is. You've got your house here. It's time for you to have pleasure, perhaps. You're innocent and you've got a fortune. Going on a journey. It could be that those haughty ones are going to be making a journey. Right there, you've got the sacrifice thing there. So they could be going on a journey for constantly, putting out messages that were false. They're sighing. Yeah, they received a letter. You have your wings. You have your wings. You have fully transformed. You're no longer bound to the earth. You get to fly away. This priest is a foe, an enemy. You are the gift, and this servant, enemy, soldier is in misfortune now. They were coming for it. Acting like they were your friend. They might want to come forward as a friend, seeking consolation. Please forgive me, whatever, you know. They are sick about your happiness. They're sick about your happiness. An old woman is in despair. She's a false person. Yeah. So there's happiness. A scholar might be happy about this wedding. Somebody is sad for messing around with a sweetheart because now they're being imprisoned and facing death. They're just waiting for it in their mind, like in the room of the mind. There could be a young woman. She's just waiting. In her mind, she knows it's coming because you have hope in the Lord. You never gave up hope in the Lord. The Lord is here with you. You're the high priestess. You're connected to the Most High Divine. The Lord is here with you, Yahushua. There's a reunion. There's a reunion. The one that they tried to stop, the one that they tried to sabotage and say that they deserved. They wanted to be your stand-in. And you know how much research has to go into that? You know how many of these feminines were competing with each other to be the stand-in for you. It's not over yet. There's still some unfinished business here. There's still some unfinished business here, Star, because you've got these people still, you know, harassing you. But you no longer have to give them service. You no longer have to take care of them or give them anything that belongs to you. You're the wife. You're the high priestess, Star. The Lord is here, and he's probably the new commissary. He's getting rid of folks who wanted to get rid of you. Like he said, your intentions will be your gift. Their intention for you will be their gift. It's sad. Embrace effortlessness. So this wife is embracing effortlessness in her chariot, getting ready to go on down the road. Number 33. The way of Source is to work with the flow. It is time to turn off the should in your mind. To let go of the idea that your dream or decision requires you to toil. Yes, you are in for hard work and commitment, but no, you don't get extra points for suffering. Let others have that battle. It's time for you to relax. Call on your invisible allies and let Source and its flow be your partner in this achievement. So the wife is here in effortless flow. Moving forward, expanding. There's an overseas opportunity. She may be moving overseas. She's received forgiveness. This was all a facade. And whoever this person or these people are, they're trying to reach out and connect, but love is eluding them. They fell into a trap. They were tricked. And now they got to deal with this merchant. Whatever they wanted for this wife is what they're getting. Beginnings. There's a new beginning here. A new start. They fell into a trap. They were tempted by that snake. Got caught in that web. High Priestess is a responsible person who is committed to her vow. She never screwed anybody over. She offered beauty to the world, and they decided to bury her and then stand in as her, and the whole world suffered because beauty isn't in them. Love isn't in them. All that's in them is the lower two chakras, sacral and root. F your way to the top. And the dark side, it was all great, you know. We got Dawn, your witch hat. 25. You are the mistress of your own power. You trust yourself. You're being asked to devote significant energy to listening, tending, and growing the relationship with yourself. Become your own best friend and the ultimate authority on what is best for you. So that's what this is, you know. I mean, they were following orders from this other people, thinking that they were going to get money. It was a blind spot. They donned the witch hat trying to get money, and they screwed themselves up. Now they got to learn how to be their own best friend in this terrible circumstance they're finding themselves in. The High Priestess is found innocent. She's getting a new beginning. She's reunited here with Source, with the Divine, with the Lord. And everybody is in agreement here. These ones were playing games with their love, and they got to live and learn. And now they're a widower. They're losing their family for trying to come between these two. And we got take action. Take action. They're losing their family here. 30. Take action. They're going to have to take a leap of faith. It was unwise to take action before an idea or project has fully marinated. Mighty forces, often unseen, are moving on behalf of this high priestess and the Lord, I guess, or whoever it is that she's connected with. And they're not hesitating. This says, leap and the net will appear, or you'll grow wings on the way down. Either way, jump. So yeah, they jump, man. People are jumping. They got wings. They're growing them. Whatever. Anything's possible. There's a lot of action being taken right now. People are losing their family. Their strength is in reverse. They're struggling. They have no courage. They have no strength. They did not appreciate the beauty that was being offered to them. They decided that they wanted to stand in, even though there's no beauty in them. They pretended, and they screwed everything up. All they brought was suffering to the world. The truth has been revealed. Crazy drama is what this mask wear was bringing to the people. No peace whatsoever. And everybody's talking about it. Here I sit. Retract. Retract. Conversation. Retract. Number 15. Now is the moment to withdraw, to protect. Yeah. Whatever quandary you find yourself in right now, seclusion and quiet are powerful allies. Create a gentle environment for your spirit, heart, mind, and body. Go into the deep woods of your own psyche and curiosity and wonder. Contemplate. Dare to trust. Let yourself off the hook. So people are talking about your retraction. Everything's been retracted. They cannot access your services anymore. They can't take anything from you anymore. They got caught in a rabbit hole wearing this mask. Everybody's talking about you retracting. Everything that they had is being taken away from them. Sacrificed, let go, released. They're guilty. They're feeling the pain from the damage that they have caused with the playing in the dark side, trying to get your real estate. They're in sorrow here. They're in sorrow because there's anger here. They're in sorrow because the Lord is allowing anger. People are permitted to be angry about this. Or he's throwing a whole lot of anger at them. Take it as it resonates. Anger's fire is fuel for change. Creative power in the anger. Anger is a sacred fire. And they might be swimming in it. Anger is a sacred fire. What is no longer vital is being fed to the fire so it can be reborn into a new life. Take it as it resonates. They're in sorrow. They were casting illusions over your reunion. They weren't paying attention to what was important, and they got themselves tangled up in a web. They can't get out of it. You're a good moral human, and they were casting a lot of illusions, trying to pit you two against each other as enemies. And then they wanted to step in and take your place, to stand in. But you are a good moral human. You've earned a lot of merit. You tend to your partnerships, your unions, your friendships, all of that. You care very much for it. You're focused on tending to your partnerships. A good moral human. They didn't see that. You know, they were trying to cast illusions over you, but you're consistent throughout time. You are consistent, you know, being friends with even those people who hurt you. You know, forgiveness and love and all that. You let it go. You don't carry grudges. You don't wear hatred in your heart, or this desire to hurt somebody and take their place. You don't live like that. You're a beautiful star high priestess. You're a lover, but not a hoe bag. You've probably been celibate for a long time, waiting for your sweetheart to show up. So you got a deep love of two together. Somebody wants to call and hear your voice. It's time to commit and put down roots. There's a weed seed that was tempted and took a bribe, and now they're surprised. They might want to talk to you, but I don't think so. I think you're a lover. You're not together. I think that you could be overseas. Like you could be separated by a sea. And we've got quiet the anxiety monster. They're full of anxiety. They're surprised. They're surprised. Well, you probably carried anxiety your whole life, but it wasn't yours. It was witchery, man. Illusions. People laying this nasty energy into your solar plexus and whatnot. Magically, witchcraft, putting streams of thought through your mind that doesn't belong to you. They were casting illusions, trying to pit you two against each other as enemies. They're overwhelmed with anxiety right now. They're weighed down with this anxiety like a heavy stone. Focused on what's wrong, with a sense of fear, lack of incapability, piling heavy boulders onto that already burdened psyche. Well, they have to learn how to release it. They have to learn how to let go of that backpack. The star is here, rejuvenated, revitalized. There's unfinished business regarding these who were just effing around trying to get their way to the top. You've reached your goals. You no longer have to serve them. You're in your purpose. You no longer have to serve them, Star High Priestess. They're not a being of service. Alchemize pain. So I guess they have to learn how to alchemize their pain like you did. I mean, they really thought if they poured on the pain, that you would never, ever, ever get up and walk out. They thought for sure that they had drowned you and stuffed you in some hole that you would never, ever, ever be able to climb out of. They had dumped so much pain onto you. They really didn't think that you would ever rise up out of it. And now they get to learn how to do that. You're not offering them any services. They have to learn how to do that on their own. Or maybe you have alchemized your pain and it's all up to them now. They get it. But it looks like pain happens. It sinks us beneath the surface of life into the watery abyss of agony. We have no control over when it arrives or how long it stays, but we can influence how much suffering it leaves in its wake. When we hold on to the injustice of pain, it can turn into suffering. Release the pain through the healing power of creativity. Sing your sorrow, dance your turmoil, alchemize your hurt into art. Sacred alchemy. This is a sacred alchemy that comes only after grief. You must grieve your pain first, giving your heart the space it needs to bleed out all the messages that would diminish or limit you. Ignore the voices that suggest you should be over it by now, or tell you all grief looks the same, or say you deserve this pain. Only by embracing pain and then expressing it can you rise again to the surface. And it's ugly, man. You know, a lot of people like to be out there, you know, putting out the facade that they're never suffering. Everything is cool. The God's got me. I never suffer. He never brings me any pain whatsoever. Well, then you're never growing, right? That's a big facade. Everybody feels pain. Some people use witchcraft to put that pain onto another, and somebody, like the star, alchemizes it within their own self. These ones got to learn how to do that, it looks like, because you're not offering the service of it anymore. You're not alchemizing their pain for them anymore. So there's a manipulator narcissist, you know, and that's what they do. They like to put their pain onto other people. You're just not going to do it. You're not offering that service. Nope. The Most High Divine said you don't have to ever give it back. You'd never have to do that. So this narcissist manipulator is lacking confidence. They didn't plan well. They weren't able to manifest a soul tie with you. Or they're lacking confidence because you are in a soul tie and their cup is empty. You are the king and queen of that highest mountain. You are high value. You've triumphed over this. And this is the conclusion. You have gained the fruits of your efforts. We've got thought here. Somebody's in their thoughts. Maybe you've overcome what they did to your mind. Light the candle of grace. You might be thinking about lighting the candle of grace. Let's look at this. 34. This moment calls for grace. We can't force, compel, or dictate grace. It arrives by itself on the coattails of surrender. In a society that profits from you feeling less than, you might believe that strength comes from performance, success, and dominance. But nature wants you to know that prowess and power and your own creative spark come from balance between an active will and a surrender to what is. Refuse to take things personally. See yourself as part of the living organism of nature. Accept what is while engaging your creativity to shape your personal reality. Between these opposite energies lies grace and the fierce, tender flame of your soul spark, which refuses to be snuffed out even in the darkest times. Yep, that's you. Somebody might be in their thoughts that you have come out of it. Even in the darkest times that they put you in. Your soul refused. Your soul spark, your tender flame of your soul refused to be snuffed out. And they're thinking about it. You're the king and queen of that highest mountain. You're high value. You triumph and you gain the conclusion of this. You just would not stop. You would not stop. You honor your body as a friend. And it's time for you to go play. But you still have to protect your boundaries. That's what I got for you. I hope that this clarifies something you already intuitively knew. And I'll see you on the next one, everybody. Bye.